And joining us now back is the Cook Political Report senior editor, Dave Wasserman. So we're seeing that Nevada, Arizona are going to take, at least a week in Nevada, a little more than a week in Nevada, maybe longer than that in Arizona. And of course, you know about December 6th in Georgia. What does that do, to, I don't know, the political parties as they look and into voter confidence? And does it create a space for a lot of misinformation and bad behavior?
Yeah, I think we know the answer to that second question, and yet we fully expected that it would take a while for these races to shake out and that we might not know who controlled the Senate on election night. The big surprise, of course, was that we still don't know for sure who's going to control the House, although Republicans are the favorites. And last night was the wildest election night that I've ever observed.
Well, observed? Hold on. Go on. Elaborate.
Well, look, it was a very uneven landscape. I've never seen anything like this. If you had told me at the outset that Val Demings would lose Florida by 17 points, I would have said that Republicans were picking up 40 House seats. And yet Democrats had specific problems in Florida, New York. We'll see about California and Oregon and some of these states that we still have a lot of outstanding races to call. But it was clear that Democrats paid penalties in really blue states where they controlled both state and federal government. Voters held them doubly responsible for everything they were dissatisfied with. That was, of course, most the case in New York. But Democrats did very well in states with split control of state government where there have been ferocious battles between Republicans who want to ban abortion. And so Democrats really swept the competitive terrain in Michigan and Ohio and New Hampshire and Pennsylvania. And even though Tim Ryan lost the Senate race in Ohio, he helped Democrats win 3 key House races that are making this margin in that chamber very close.